to another episode of Dad Can We Talk. I'm your host, Anthony Ray, and today I got one of my brothers on here. I like to call him one of the highly requested guests.
I appreciate everybody who requested me, by the way.
Yeah, man. He's a father of one, a young entrepreneur. You know, one of them go-getters that I really appreciate. I always been fond of this young brother, man. Every time I seen him, man, he's always been cool. You know, it's always been love there. He's one of the hosts of Talk to Me Nice, and yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Ex-host of Talk to Me Nice. But I got my brother Jadante White.
See, I love you, but it's Jadante for the people out there. Jadante.
Man, we just gonna call him JD.
JD.
But yeah, man, welcome to Dad Can We Talk, my brother.
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Man, I'm good, bro. You know, I've been waiting for this one right here. Like I said, a lot of people been asking me about it, and I always tell people, it wasn't the fact if I was gonna get my brother on there, it was when. So today is that day, man. I want to just jump right into it, man. We on Dad Can We Talk, I like to always ask this question out of the box. We just gonna ask, what was your relationship like with your dad?
All right, well, before I answer this question, I do want to say RIP to Miss Troy Ann Ham.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. She passed away recently due to COVID-19. I knew her growing up in Cedar Ridge. My sister actually dated one of her sons. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have the closest relationship, but it did touch me in a way that I can say many of the other COVID cases might not have. So I do want to say RIP Miss Ann, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all her kids and grandkids, and y'all keep staying strong and all that. So
yeah.
But my relationship with my dad, it's a lot better than what it used to be. Yeah. I think that's because, you know what I'm saying, especially with my dad had 7 kids, 5 girls, 2 boys. So you know for real though. And he had twins on his first set of kids, so he don't know what it was like to have 1 kid. So from jump, it's always been 2 kids. So it's been about him, improving, and he even had his first set of kids, like 10 days after his 18th birthday.
Dang.
So he got he had to grow up kind of quick.
Yeah. So
my relationship with him, like, it's a little different because when I was growing up with him, he wasn't home much because he was always working. Mm-hmm. So when he's me, I'm a little I'm different, man. You know what I'm saying? What he probably would have expected me to be, and a little lazy too. So when because my brother left for college when I might have been 16 years old. So it was just me and him. And I was the oldest brother on my mom's side, so I was like, after him it was me. Yeah. And it was a lot of pressure that came with that, especially since my dad is like, he's a nurse, he's an outstanding citizen. Like, there's a lot of people who, when they talk about my dad, you can instantly see them light up almost. And that pressure he kind of put on me, I wasn't ready for at an age because I can say that we was a little more privileged towards my teenager years because we was in the suburbs. He wanted to teach us something else besides just living in the hood, and I didn't quite understand that because when you done grown up in it for so many years, when you get taken out and it's like, all right, now we want you to do this, it's different almost. Yeah. And I was a TV kid, so I always loved TV. Yeah. I played basketball, of course, but I played it because it just got me out of the house really. And when it came to just me and him, I never really understood why he was so hard on me until I got out of the real world. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, he nice compared to what, some of these other people saying about me. So as I grew up and I started understanding that and I started advancing in life, our relationship is a lot better now. My dad is also one of those people, he grew up he's born in 1970. So his dad, they grew up a little bit differently than what I may have grown up with. They were a little more harder. You got crack, you got Reagan, you got a lot of things going on in that time period. And his dad was a vet. I never actually got to meet my grandfather. Yeah. So he passed away before I was even, born. Actually, I don't even know because I never had a relationship with him, so I don't even know when he passed. But I know that he did pass though, and I know that due to that, that might have had some trauma on my dad to where it might have even came down on me, because it all is a trickle down effect.
Yes, sir.
So if you're not realizing some things may have happened, it may put it on your own children because when you have questions, who do you go to? You can't just I can just come to him. He couldn't just go to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I think with me growing up and me being a teenager and then him having another kid, all he knew was kind of just this hard nosed. I might not say I love you, but look at what I do for you, type of deal. And like I said earlier, I didn't understand it. Now as I grew up, and then you go through that period of life. Well, hopefully you go through that period of life where you stop blaming your parents, because you going through it. You like, damn man, why I ain't go to the league?
Yeah.
Why I ain't do this? Why I ain't do that? That ain't nobody's fault, but your own. You know what I'm saying? And once you take that blame for yourself, I think that's when you start to go back and look at those things, and then you start to try to have relationships. And now, me and my dad, I can call my dad, I talk to him. He's still a little, hard with the words, but I know that if I ever really actually needed something, he'll be there, and I appreciate him for that.
That's real. And see, I like to hear stories like that, man, where, a young black man talking about his dad in a good light, because a lot of us didn't even get the opportunity, I know for me, I wish I would have had that man in my corner to push me like that, or even just be harsh with the words sometimes, and give me that feedback, because for me growing up, I didn't have that person there to give me that feedback and say, "Oh, son, you need to do it like this," or "You could have did it better," or it was just. I was literally never something that I even I never had a man period that I just went to and be like, "Hey, or pops." I ain't never feel comfortable with anybody like that. I mean, my dad wasn't there, but I didn't even feel comfortable with my uncles, or even my brother or cousins, whoever, I mean, besides my little brother, that was the person I talked with. And like I say, man, it's just definitely refreshing. How would you say that relationship with your dad has helped you as you become a dad?
Oh man, it's helped me tremendously because I mean, my dad does little things and it just inspires me personally. And it may not even be just with words, but just how he carries himself. Perfect example. He went back to school at 40 years old.
Yeah.
To become a nurse anesthetist. So I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look it up, spell it, whatever. Google nurse anesthetist salary. You'll be like, whoa, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that stuff is impressive to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you was a nurse for 10, 15, you could have stopped. There was no real reason. Your kids are grown.
Yeah.
There's no real reason for you to go back and keep why?
Yeah.
Oh, you want better for yourself even at 40?
Yeah.
To me that's crazy because once people get to a certain age, they feel like they got to stop. They just got to plateau. I'm here, I'm comfortable, I'm gonna live here for the rest of my life. But they even be like, nah, I want to see what that next level like. I want to do that. That constantly inspires me. Because when I get to a certain position in life, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm ready to get something else. I'm ready to do more now. I'm ready to hit that next. And because I constantly see a person who's I can call, I can text them, and they right there doing it. And they never making an excuse. They never complaining about the situation. They just like, this is what I want to do, so I'm going to go do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he had his AA in nursing. He had to go back, get his bachelor's degree, then go to the program to become what he became. Yeah. That was 6 years. That was 6 years of him when he already comfortable. Yeah. He got to take a step back. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to take that step back in order to gain something more. And he always calls it a delayed gratification. We've been talking about this I never understood it when I was in high school, you know what I'm saying, about, there's a reason you put in 10,000 hours. You're not putting in 10,000 hours because you want to. You put it in because you're going to try to be the best that you can be at this thing. And if you put in 10,000 hours at it, that person that's put in 5, 2, 3, or you're going to be way better than them. They're not even in the conversation. So, just constantly see somebody who's always leveling up, it made me think, why can't I do the same thing?
Yeah.
Why can't I might not be doing it in the medical field, but I might want to do it in terms of business.
Right.
I might not go to school for 4 years, but I could run another business for 4 years, give it that same effort, and figure it out. That could be like my college. And then once I learn all these things, it's gonna be even more rewarding because I got to pay off all this debt. I ain't got to go still build no clock. I'm still doing it myself. So I'd rather put all this time in, you know, not rather, but you know, it's the same thing in terms of the ideology behind it. But do you see it that way?
That's real. So
you know what I'm saying?
So you got that. So you got that grind and that drive just from seeing that.
Just from seeing that. Just from my niece had a birthday party 2-3 weeks ago. We went to Olive Garden. He paid for everybody's food there. We talking about 20+ people at Olive Garden.
All right. That boy sound like one of my own.
I'm just saying, and you see it, because you know me, I'm green. I'm like, let me see what the bill is, man. You know, you try to look at it real quick so he don't see that you see it, but you like, and with that 3
Yeah.
on dinner,
yeah.
But you just taking care of your people. You just doing what you supposed to do.
That's real.
You just putting $30, $40 in everybody else's pocket. Now they ain't got to spend it. You straight.
That's
so
real,
when I see stuff like that, it's like, how can I be less of a man to my son?
Yeah.
How?
That's
That's almost insulting to him.
Yeah.
To be a bum after the position you don't put me in, nah, bro. I got to be better than that.
Yeah.
I got to do better than that. And don't get me wrong, my dad ain't perfect because no man walking on this earth is perfect. But I'm in anything in life, I'm gonna look at the positive before I look at the negative.
Straight up.
I'm gonna look at the things that make me smile before I look at the things that make me mad. I'm about to like people with Trump. If Trump truly pisses you off that much, why is he on your TV all day?
Yeah.
You want to spend all day in a bad mood? I don't get that. Turn it off. Turn it off.
That's
Go
real.
focus on the thing that's gonna make you happy. Gonna make you some money.
That's real. That's real.
But you want to be upset at the TV all day, bro? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I promise you, I don't understand it. Because I don't focus. Like even when I'm dealing with anybody, like they get to complaining. Oh God, they want to tell you everything that's wrong.
Yeah.
They want to tell you what's going on, why everybody is fault, why they blaming. Okay, what can you do to make the situation better?
Yeah.
I tried. Have you really?
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing at least 3-4 ways that you could be bettering yourself right now.
Alright.
To what we don't even have to be having this conversation. But you would rather soak. I'm not gonna let you soak.
No. Can't. You can't.
So, you know, when I see stuff like that, I can't, bro. I got a little boy who literally looking at me every day.
Every day.
And he not getting no smaller. And he got my genes, so he already big.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? So what? I'm about to see him growing up and be like, oh well, you know. And that, please, if you comfortable and you happy in what you're doing, because that's the ultimate goal in life is to be happy. And then whether you happy on the streets or you happy with $1 million, as long as you happy, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But if you not happy, and there's a way that you can make your situation better, then you should be doing everything you can in your power to make your situation better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people think that success comes with just, you know, opportunity. But if you're not prepared for that opportunity, then you're not going to be successful.
Straight up.
Period.
Straight up.
Period. And that's just how I live my life. I don't know, I don't know when it's going to be my last day. I don't know when, you know, God going to say, hey, JD, it's time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that, but I promise you, every day that I'm trying to, whether it's me figuring out 2%, 3%, 4%, 10%, every day I'm trying to get 1% better than what I was the day before.
That's real.
Every single day, I'm trying to learn something. I'm trying to do something better than what I did, and that's why when I regress, I notice it. I say I'm not getting better. I got the. You're not even starting over from zero. You starting over when you got better. Now it's a constant thing. But people don't want to constantly grow.
That's real.
They just want to get comfortable.
For all those dads out there listening, man, this right here, what he's saying, this is so important for, you know, every father out there who has, you know, especially a son. But if you have kids, period. But especially if you have a son, it's so important for you to allow your son to see the way that you grind. It's important for your son to see, you know, you working hard, for him to just see you live your life. Because, man, to have a son, man, those young boys they're gonna do everything that they see you do. At least they're gonna want to, or you know, they're paying attention is what I'm saying. So if you got a son out there, but if you got, I mean, when I say this, I ain't counting out your daughters. But I'm saying that especially if you have a son, because I think that's something that's really missing in the black community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think a lot of young men, you know, we can talk all day about the young men doing this and they shooting, they doing whatever they're doing, but it always comes back to, I guarantee if you go and talk with that young man, guarantee he probably don't have a strong male role model.
You know,
like guaranteed. You know, and I know that most of the time because I talk with a lot of the young men, and I find that out, and I'm always just like, dang, bro, you like, who do you talk to? Like, who can you turn to? And it's really ain't nobody they can talk, they can turn to, so they turn to what they know.
Yeah.
You know, that's all they know.
Yeah, somebody who gonna show them love, they ain't getting it at home.
Straight up.
So if like I said, we are nature says go towards where the love is, don't go towards where the hate is. So if as soon as I get home, I'm getting constant, you know what I'm saying, my mom on me about something, woo, my daddy ain't here, I'm already angry and I don't know why I'm so angry, but I'm angry all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to where I'm gonna get drunk, I'm gonna get high, I'm gonna get numb to what's going on around me, and I'm gonna be around the love. And if they need me to ride for them, I'm gonna ride for them, because these are the people who done been here for me since I've known them.
Straight up. Sad, bro.
It is. But it's a reality. I mean, perfect example. I got a little brother. He's in jail right now. You know what I'm saying? But the difference between him and I is I had my dad.
Yeah.
You know, in that way, I kind of feel guilty about that, because even though I know it ain't my fault, but it's like, damn, I know if my little brother had X, Y, and Z around, that he might have had a better chance in life. Yeah. And just that alone, you know, it makes me, you know, stay up a little more at night. You know, I love my little brother to death, but it be like, I don't even know what I can say, because sometimes it seems like you so far gone that I can't even deliver a message to you, so I just show you off action to show you that you still can do something. But it's like, even then, are you willing to see what you're doing wrong and accept your responsibility? Because if you're not willing to do that, then you're never going to grow regardless.
Straight up.
So, yeah, I can feel guilty. Yeah, I can do all this, but at the end of the day, it's still you. So when you mention those things, like, I have both, literally, I tell people, like, I've had both sides of the spectrum. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've been up, I've been down. You know what I'm saying? I won't even say up and down, but what you would consider suburb and the hood. Yeah. And I'm still flirting between both, even right now today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had an interesting mixture of both, to where I could go to the museum, but I could also be in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can understand it, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, the things that come with being in that environment. When you're in that, and understanding that you have to have heightened senses, and you can't just be out here, you know what I'm saying, doing what you're doing. But I understand that, though. A lot of people look at me, though, and they're not going to understand that. They just going to say, oh, he's just some tall-ass, light-skinned nigga with pretty eyes. Straight up. But they're gonna instantly see that before they even understand about where I come from and why I'm at. Even people who might not be as close, they might be like, oh, well, he always had X, Y, and Z, but it's like, I haven't.
Yeah. Straight up. Straight up. Now, I want to ask you this. How has fatherhood changed you? And what part of fatherhood has impacted your life the most?
It's made me want to be a better man, for sure. Because before, you know, when you going through life, especially when you were an athlete and you no longer an athlete. Yeah. People don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's real.
People don't talk about that. Where you really, not say, you might not think you gonna make it to the league, but you think you gonna play.
All right.
You gonna play. You
got some type of dream.
Yeah. You not think you gonna stop playing your last basketball game at 20 years old. Yeah. Like, a lot of people not thinking that. So when it happens and you dealing with that initial, like, because I was actually talking about this with somebody a little while ago. Shout out to them boys, Izemi, Payne them boys, and Coach. They real solid guys. I deal with that. But people don't talk about how after that time period, it takes you finding yourself again. Mm-hmm. Because all you know, especially if you've been playing basketball since 8, 7, 6 years old, this is all you've been knowing for 14, 15, 16 years of your life. When it's over, I gotta work at Walmart now? You know what I'm saying? I got to go, you know what I'm saying? You not, you like, you go through a depression. Because even if it's not, and that's what people don't want to talk about, that male mental health, but anyways, when you going through that, you don't like, even if you done got your degree, you know, it's still like, dang, I'm not dressing up. I'm not getting ready for conditioning. I ain't got weights today. It's an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when I was in that time period of that, like, and I'm not saying I was the greatest athlete in the world or none of that stuff there, but it was still an adjustment.
Yeah.
You know, I had to go get a job. I had to start making money because, you know, my dad ain't gonna do certain stuff for me when I'm home. My mama ain't done really that much for me since I was in 7th grade, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, you got to go work. All right, well, now you just working.
Yeah.
You just working. It ain't no love. It ain't no nothing. You got a girl. She here. She there. It's just I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? But when I had Jonas, I had to really stop all that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to say this is no longer about me and how I feel. Somebody else now means more to me at all times.
Straight up.
At all times. My baby mama call me right now. We in the middle. Hey, bro. Hey, my son this. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Saying I'm pretty sure and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I really had to put somebody else in mind, and it'd be like, oof. You know what I'm saying? I really got to start, like, not just talking about doing better, but actually doing better, because, you know, people talk about having no days off, and they talk about being workaholics, but do they really know what it is like to work more than 5, 6, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days? I called my auntie the other week. She said she worked 6 weeks straight. When the last time somebody worked 6 weeks straight? And she worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
She worked 2 jobs. So when that happened, it was just like, okay, well, it's time. And then, mind you, 30 days before my son was born, I crashed my car.
Mm-hmm.
The week he was born, I lost my job. My job closed down. And then that Monday he was born.
Dang.
Like, so I had no choice but to really start all over again anyway. And I mean, you know, like I said, I always look for the positives. I was like, at least for these, you know, first couple of months, I get to spend nothing but time with my son.
Mm-hmm.
But once that, you know, the honeymoon phase was over with, it was like, it was time to get it. And ever since then, you know, I remember I was working 3 jobs at one point when my son was born, just trying to get back to where I was. Just trying to figure it out. Like, I got to figure. I know that as long as I'm working hard, something's gonna come to me. It's just karma. It's just the law of attraction.
Straight up.
As long as I'm putting out that energy, something gonna come back to me.
Straight
And
up.
eventually it did, which led me to the job I've been working at for 2 years next year. But without me doing what I was doing before, I wouldn't have been even ready to handle a type of job that I'm working now.
Yeah.
I had to get used to working hard, to being better than others, to being on time, to, you know, little certain things that I had to learn how to do all over again. And when he was born, I was like, I need security. I need somewhere that I can work. And it's like, all right, cool. If I'm working, this is before I even started the whole entrepreneur thing. But this is like, if I'm working, this is what I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because before it was just a joke. I can make $600-700 every couple of weeks, $400-500 every couple of weeks, and I go blow $400-500 every couple of weeks, have $2 in my account, do the same thing again, have $2 in my account, do the same thing again. And then it got to a point where it was like, yeah, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm working at where I work now, where things are just so up and down and they'll come and take. I can't live like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
So with him, it made me become more of an adult. It made me become more focused on the things that actually matter. You know what I'm saying? It made me say, what do you want your son to see? Do you want your son to see you living at your grandma's house? Or your son to see that you got your own stuff? And you've always had your own stuff since he was a baby.
Yeah.
Nobody could say that JD was X, Y, and Z. JD always been out here doing it.
Yeah.
And they could say that since birth, like since you was legit, that your daddy ain't never X, Y, and Z. And that's kind of stuff that I think about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that me personally I think about. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be living at home with my grandma. I could be living with my dad. I can be doing all that stuff. But it's like I'm not gonna take no pride in that.
It's real.
I'll take pride in figuring this out and doing this myself though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take pride in, you know, my son knowing that he got his own bedroom. Yeah. I'll take he too. He don't even need that, but he got it.
Yeah.
You know, I take pride in stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I may take the fall for it in certain things. You know, I may not have as many clothes, as many shoes, and I may not even be able to give him as many clothes and shoes. But we always straight.
All right.
And that's the bottom line.
All right. Straight up, bro. and that's something that I think we gotta start, really getting back to. Just can't be worried about trying to impress other people.
Oh no.
I always tell young cats. I know a lot of young guys who either they want to have children or they be talking about having children or just the conversation come up. And I always tell them, bro, listen to me. But don't think it's sweet because you see me on Facebook, bro, and everything look beautiful, and you see me with my wife, and you see me with my kids, and it's pretty.
It's a job.
It look real nice, to see a picture. But that picture don't tell the whole story, bro. Because you don't know what went into getting them kids
ready to even take that picture.
Like, bro, bro, when it comes to the photo, bro, they catch literally a moment, bro. Because right after they catch that perfect moment, it's over. The kid won't never sit still again.
Never.
It's like,
never.
I'm like, bro, you won't understand, the work that goes into being a father, but all you ever see, and that's why I always try to let people know. No, it ain't sweet. Don't take what I put on Facebook, and be like, oh boy, you got it. Nah, it ain't peaches and cream, bro.
And then even when you talk to them dudes, look at who they trying to procreate with.
Yeah. Boy, be tripping.
No, but for real though.
They be tripping.
You was like, bro, you really think she ready to be a mama? Like, let's talk about, bro. Let's talk. You really think she ready to be a mama, bro?
No, bro.
Bro, she's still in the club. She doing X, bro. I'm just saying, I don't know, sis. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I don't know if she ready to have your children the way you talking about, fam. You might want to strap up, or at least get some protect yourself. And that's what happens with a lot. They don't protect themselves, and they have these babies with these women who are not ready to be moms. So since they not ready to be mothers, guess who they looking to? Cause you the man. You the man, bro. So if you not stepping up, of course you going on child support. Of course. Cause she's ready. She's not ready to be a mom. So you about to take off as much. And people can say what they want, bro. It's the guy. And I'm just speaking from a male perspective of a person in a situation. Cause I done seen it happen too many times.
Yeah.
I done seen it happen too many times. We do like, oh man, look at her. She got bad old ass, bro. I'm not gonna get that. They get it. They get together 6 months later, she pregnant.
Right.
You know this girl for 6 months and you done got her pregnant. What make you think she ain't gonna? You don't even know you don't even know a person for real. They say within like 5 years or something like that.
Right.
So within 6 months, and you surprised she put you on child support?
No.
Bro, you ain't even getting a chance to meet the whole. Why are you so surprised?
Yeah.
But then that's when they don't get they blame her instead of blaming themselves. Because at the end of the day, you as a man, you got the choice. Before you have sex with this woman, because it takes you nothing inside of her, or ejaculate or whatever, inside of her, for her to have this baby. Which means it's ultimately your decision.
Alright. Straight up.
So that's why me personally, I'm not hearing that I don't want to be the, okay, well, you don't know if it's yours, go get the test. Once you get the test and you know it's yours, or you know it's not yours, then you make the appropriate decisions.
Because if it's yours, you got
to take care of it.
Ain't no question about it.
I don't care I don't care if she was a virgin and that was her first time having sex and y'all had sex for 5 minutes and she got pregnant. That is your baby, you taking care of that baby.
Straight up.
Period, bro.
Straight up. Ain't no question about it. I'm
not hearing that. Oh well, bro. You know what I'm saying? I thought bro. She got. Of course, this woman's gonna be scorned now because you left her pregnant, and if you leave her pregnant, now all she got to think about is her being by herself during pregnancy. Now look at all the visions we see of women during their pregnancy. They got their man, they all cuddled up. Now you are, cause this is what she see. This is what she see now. She logged into Facebook, she got friends.
Yeah.
If she went to college, she got even more of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And every week, every year, somebody pregnant, getting married. And you left her by herself and you not expecting this woman to be scorned? I don't understand that.
That's real.
So to me personally, like no matter who I lay with, or if I get you pregnant, And you know, hey, you know, if we decide, you know, pro-life, it is what it is. If we decide to keep it, it is what it is. That's our decision. That we two adults, we can make that decision. Yeah. But if that's the decision we make, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I'll figure it out.
Straight up.
Well, I don't want another daycare bill, but I'll figure it out.
Listen to me. That's another thing I tell Kat about that daycare, bro.
Oh, they don't know. They don't know.
Daycare, boy.
They don't know, bro. And that's why I appreciate my baby mama, bro. I do. It was a little rough in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, as any relationship would be if, you know what I'm saying, it don't work out. Yeah. But since it's been, I have no issues. We split literally everything down the middle.
That's real.
Everything. When it comes to Jonas, everything is split. Everything. That's real. From the time we have him, you know what I'm saying, we just talked about his insurance. She's going to help me pay for the insurance. Mm-hmm. To his daycare. When I got him, it's my responsibility to feed him. When she got him, it's her responsibility. And we still, you know, we working on it, but we trying to come together just even if it's one time out the month, just us three together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe him seeing that is important. Yeah. I haven't seen my mom and daddy together more than 10 times in my life. Yeah. So to me, I don't care if you don't understand that. If you're a girl and we that to me is important. That's real. Now I'm not saying we got to do it every weekend because then that's a little much. Yeah. But once every month or every 2 months, we ain't got it is what it is. That's you just gonna have to. If you upset, you just gonna have to deal with that. That's real. You gonna have to just sit in that because my son and what I want him to see is more important than how you feel right now. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is. That's real. It is what it is. So I got to give because you know what I'm saying. She's growing, so she doing her own thing. She minding her own business. I'm minding my own business. Like for instance, I had him last week. She go get him this week. I get him next week. And they keep going. If it's a holiday, I keep it for half. In the daycare clothes, I keep them that half. If it's my week, I get them. If it's her week, she get them. Yeah. It's, you know, we try to keep it simple. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we do it that way. Mm-hmm. Now, it got to be like that. It got to. But as a man, you have the power to take control of your situation because, please, I don't want to sound misogynistic, patriarchy, or whatever. Yeah. But women are gonna always follow the direction of a man, especially if that direction is one that makes sense. Yeah, straight up. If you telling me, babe, hey look, I don't think you should buy this car because the APR is only too much. Let's do this, get your credit score up a little more. Yeah, it's gonna be a little harder, but when we get here, we're gonna come back with more money. Your credit score will be better. We're gonna even be able to get a better car than we can get right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We might have to hold off a little bit right now, but if you give it 6 months, boom. Mm-hmm. She'll be like, okay. All right. But if you just come in there with some, I don't want you to get it, depending on who it is, it can go either way. Straight up. But me, I always try to make it make sense. The same way I love having a week without my son, I'm sure my baby mama love having that week. She love having her peace and freedom too. Right. So why wouldn't I want to make sure her mental health is an aspect like mine is? Right. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Right. Why wouldn't I want to make her life easy, just like she want to make my life easy? You even got to do that in marriage. You know, like it be times when, you know, if I know my wife been at work all day, like sometimes she'll have to work on a Saturday. I don't never work on weekends. Mm-hmm. So if I know if she work on a Saturday and she come home, even if I've been home with them kids all day, I don't, man, babe, you can take a nap. Do what you got to do. But then there's also some days, like last weekend, they were going to a little birthday party with her. Man, bro, listen to me. Boy, I told her, y'all go to that party, I'm staying to the crib. What you gonna do? Nothing. Literally nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I want to sit in the house and look at the wall. And nothing. Nothing. It's silence. Bro, that don't feel so good. Silence is the best sound ever, ain't it? Well, I look at the wall, bro, and being up with chilling. I don't want to say that. I don't want to talk to nobody. But people don't understand just how important that time to yourself is. All right. They so busy trying to always be up under somebody, always. Bro, sometimes it's okay really just to be like, all right. Take that. It's important. Because imagine if you went to that party and now you got an attitude. Now she know you got an attitude. Now y'all arguing with the kids. Like now the kids know that y'all. You know what I'm saying? It make a whole compared to you be like, all right, man, you go do this. I'm gonna do this. And when you come home, we gonna be lit. Straight up. It's like you say, it's give and take, man. It's as easy as that. Trust me. But people don't want to give and take. They just want to take. Yeah, man. I want to. We're gonna go into this real quick.
I know you got a lot to say about this.
Oh man, you try to get y'all see that?
No.
Hey, what's the timestamp? This is where I get in trouble at, man.
No. It was one of them trendy situations.
Okay.
You know, how do you feel about the whole Jada and Will thing?
Oh, entanglements?
Yeah.
First of all, them rich people problems. I don't know nothing about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, when it comes to stuff like that, right, with entanglement, first of all, hilarious.
Yeah.
Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't ask for better, like, you can't, especially during COVID-19, bro, August Alsina, like, he like rose from the dead like the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? And then for him, like, this was the crazy part to me. For him to go on with Angela Yee, one of the top journalists in the game, and say this, he knew what he was doing. And for her to actually come out and confirm it was mind blowing to me. But this is what people don't understand, like you say about marriage. That is between two people.
All right, straight up.
It don't matter what I think, you think, the world thinks. You think Will Smith give a fuck about how we feel for real? Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Mr. Summertime. Y'all still go watch this man movies?
All right.
I'm not stopping supporting Will Smith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People like, he look like he less of a man. How you know this man just was? How you know he wasn't just covering for her?
Yeah.
How you know he ain't got his own little X, Y, and Z going on? But he like, you don't know how to tell your hoes to be quiet.
Yeah.
So now I got to come save you. We both got to look crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't like that. I didn't like that, like how people was coming at Will, because I'm like, how y'all know what he got going on?
Yeah.
They said they was separated.
Yeah.
They were separate. People always think, oh, well, somebody cheat on me and this.
Yeah.
You ain't never take somebody back that cheated on you?
Yeah.
Every time somebody I'm not believing that. I'm believing that if you love somebody as much as you say you do, you willing to give them a second chance.
Yeah.
Whether it's a week, 2 weeks, month, a year, you willing. Or you want to at least think about it. These people have been married for how long? You think they about to just throw away their whole marriage over August Alsina?
No.
They worth over $500 million together. They about to throw away their whole marriage over a dude who mixtape can go plastic? Come on, man. Come on, man. Yo, come on, but people crazy. They don't understand how much money is out there with them two, bro, for real. And you think that Will Smith, they worth more together than they are apart? You think they really about to go through this whole process, have y'all even more in their business than what y'all are now, and go through all that over August Alsina, who's clearly just trying to get some publicity, who, when it happened a couple months ago, we not talking about any of his songs? Has any of his songs charted?
No.
You can look right now. Let's look. Let's check the Hot 100 to see how many August Alsina songs are on there. Now, I do want to say, from the male chauvinistic side, to see a woman not take blame for her actions is always hilarious, bro. Because they will find any way to say something else besides what they actually doing.
Yeah.
An entanglement. You're cheating. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was in a full blood. You wasn't no entanglement. You was with this man.
Yeah.
Just say you was with him. But I think that comes with, a lot. Like, they just want to make it sound better than what it actually is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, it was fun. This man talking about he in love with you. This was just fun for you? That's a whole nother, conversation for another day. But that's cruel. If this man talking about he was so in love with you, he thinking y'all really gonna be together, and you just like, I want my back blown out on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But like I said, that's married folk business, man.
Yeah, straight up.
It made for great punchlines. It made for great entertainment. It made for great TV. It made for all of that. But that is married folk business.
Straight up.
And as long as them two married folks stay together, that is not my business.
Straight up.
Will I make jokes about it? Yes. Do I care about it? No.
I want to ask, what are your current thoughts on the current political climate?
All right, so before COVID-19, I thought Trump was going to win in a landslide.
Yeah.
I thought that there was no way that the Democratic Party would put together a candidate strong enough to combat him because his base was just his base alone was more than, half of America almost for real. Mm-hmm. And we seen what he did last time. He didn't even win the popular vote last time. Yeah. And he won the election. So I'm very interested to see it now because with COVID-19 and all the protesting, I've never seen this much black shit on TV at one time.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter, kneeling. I've never in my life, even when Trayvon Martin, when it was hot like this a few years ago, it was not like this. So it's interesting to see, and the Democrats are hilarious for having Joe Biden have Kamala Harris as her VP because they try to get that black vote. Yep. And they understand that because they understand though that any black person that votes for Trump is like almost double. Yep. Because you take it away, because it's already so many people that's gonna vote for him off the strength. Mm-hmm. So when you take any black, it's like, dang, it's like a double strike. So they trying to bring him in like how they did with Obama. Mm-hmm. But Kamala's a woman, they're gonna try to they're gonna do a lot of things. She was a DA. They literally are mad at a DA for doing what a DA is supposed to do. Think about that. She was a DA. A DA is not supposed to keep people out of jail.
Yeah.
That a prosecutor's job, they are meant to prosecute. Yeah. That's what prosecutors do. They prosecute. So you can't. Of course, you can say, well, it overwhelmingly flat African Americans, but this was her job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If this was her job, her way of thinking, I have to do the best job to the best of my ability. And I had to play this game in order for me to even get to where I'm at. Because if I wasn't playing the game, and it does suck that these young black men have to go away, but I have to do my job and play this game in order for me to get to where I want to. Mm-hmm. So do I not do what I need to do to feed my family and protect this man? Or do I need to do what I need to do to advance to eventually become the vice president nominee? Mm-hmm. And people don't think of it like that. They just think of it as, well, she did all these things, but why? They never understand the why. People will always post what you did, but never why you did it. Yeah. They say, oh, he crazy. Well, why he went crazy? Oh, they did that. Well, why? Why? Because now, if somebody just out there that's why they call it a senseless act, a mindless act. You weren't in the right act of your mind at the time. Mm-hmm. That's why you can plead insanity or all these other things. But if you are your right, I forgot where I was going with this. I do this from time to time. Please give me the wine. But all I got to say is, like I say, I've never seen as many black things on TV at once. I believe that the Democratic Party is definitely controlling the media by far. Mm-hmm. Because when it comes to the right side, they are only talking to their base. So they're not trying to reach other people outside their base. So if, perfect example, have you seen that article with the basketball cop come out with the New York Times? Basketball cop, the guy that he played. He from around here. Yeah. Okay, well, the New York Times posted an article where they were talking about that, but the flip side of it was in 2014, 2015, he had an instance where it was a police brutality case against minors. Mm-hmm. But he's already have this huge base. Mm-hmm. He already is so far right. He already has this amassed following that unless you one of us, you're not gonna even hear this, so it don't even matter. Mm-hmm. In his case. But now it's so loud that what I think is gonna affect Trump. Now, do I think it affect him winning? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. And you can feel how you want to feel. I do believe you should vote. I don't care if you feel it don't matter. I don't care if you think it's not the right thing. I don't care. I know that my grandma is 77 years old, and there was a point in time where it was very hard for her to go vote. Yeah. It was a point in time where she's been in North Central Florida her whole life. Racism, didn't get no better back then. Mm-hmm. So if my grandma vote, who am I to not vote? Yeah. Because I feel, why do I feel like it's so much better than when she had Ronald Reagan or George the First Bush.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or any of these people. So how do I feel like, why would I take that's almost like a slap in the face of her.
Yeah.
She gonna go vote. She understands it. She's an educated woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if you feel like, well, we voting for blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey man, you got to do your just to at least try.
Yeah.
You're not even, you so negative towards the government that how can you live with no hope?
Yeah.
I don't know how you can do that. You know what I'm saying? And now, am I gonna say Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is gonna stop me from living where I'm at right now? No. Because has my life changed that much since Trump been in office? No. A president is really just a face, and they only make, you know what I'm saying, certain decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what I do know is, and would I rather have that? Yes. But I know that my life is still my life. And I know that, yes, certain policies come in place, but most of those policies come from the people out the road. The people matter of fact, it's August 17th. Please make sure you go and vote tomorrow if you are in Alachua County.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know when it's going to drop, but I need to make sure people heard that. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody was saying, if you got somebody who look like you, they're more than likely going to help you out than the person that you don't look like. So if I got this person and it's all black, I feel like my chances are going to be better than if it's all white. And it is what it is. People can say, oh, you're trying to play victim. No, I can tell you that every interview except for one that I've been on have been with a majority white men.
Yeah.
White men. That I had to, and you almost like you trying to impress them. You trying to show them why you deserve this job.
Yeah.
Now, if this was a black man, would I still put on that same kind of, I don't know. But I know that when I see this person in power, I know this person is in power. And I know that I don't look like them. So I have to connect with them in a way that I wouldn't have to connect with you. Like, it's easy for me to connect with you if you was my interviewer than if you were just some 50-year-old white guy.
That's real.
It is what it is.
Straight up.
And that's just life. That's just climate. That's just the way things have always been. So I believe, number one, you should get out and vote. Number two, I don't care who you vote for as long as you do vote. And number three, the president is not going to change your life. You do.
Straight up. I concur with that, my friend. That's real. Now let's go here. What do you think is hurting the black community the most, in your opinion?
What is hurting? Togetherness. I believe that it's very hard for the black community to come together. That's why whenever you see like groups of black people come together and they fall off, it kind of hurts you. Whenever you see like record labels and then you see like really how Suge Knight treated like Snoop Dogg for real, or you see like Puffy how he treated some of his artists, it almost like hurts you because it's like y'all were like a power together. So when we're all like what they say. The lady came and did the census today, and I made sure to do it just to make sure I was counting as an African American person. But we are so much stronger together than we are apart, man. And we are so much more than just basketball, football. You know how many inventions black people have made? How many things we couldn't do if it wasn't for black people? So it's just crazy to me that we can't work together.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes from people having the fear of falling off. You know what I'm saying? If I help them, I may fall off. When it's more than for everybody else around here.
Right.
Like, I never understood that. If you're good enough at what you do, it doesn't matter what I tell you.
That's real.
It does not matter because I am so confident in myself that it don't matter if we do the exact same thing. We going toward for the same client. I'm gonna have so much faith that they believe in me more than not even more than they believe in you, but just in my skill because of what the hours I put in and what I do. But not everybody has that mindset. They feel like if I'm teaching you, now you're going to take from where I take from. So that client I may have had is not going to go to you now that I missed out on the client. Compared to just saying I was the best. Like, and even if you do, so now somebody in your own community is getting that client. Now you can even go and find another one. But it's not, people are looking at their losses. They're so focused on their losses that they can't just help somebody else up. That's why I always find it beautiful whenever I see black people helping black people, and not doing it on some like some like death row shit. You know what I'm saying? But doing it on some like, yo, I'm really trying to help you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see you living here no more.
That's real.
And I know if you're not living here, you can teach somebody else this. Because knowledge only is transferable. If you do something for that person, they can do it for somebody else who may do it. It keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
But if you hold all the information, you hold it all, what good is that going to do? So I don't think it's gang, black on black, which is bullshit, black on black crime. I don't think it's Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because if you go somewhere, you look at some of these places, and you go. My job for is perfect example. They have a board. How many of you people you think on that board is black? How many? How many?
Good. Probably under 10%.
Goose egg. There's not one black person on that board. There's 5 people on the board, and none of them are black. Not one. So these are the people who are making decisions for the whole company. And you know, mind you, at my job, it's less than 10% of us anyway, so it don't even matter. But they'll hire somebody, they'll hire a GM to be black. We don't want to look, it's for the image. He don't really got no power, but we're hiring him though. He's a good face, he black, he can control him.
Yeah.
Because at most jobs, like in a corporate situation, the black people are probably working harder than the white.
Yeah. Straight up.
And it is what it's crazy that you're expected to work, but they won't go talk to your person that's been barely making it for the last 3 months, but they want to come talk to you the top dog every month.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So when I look at stuff like that, I look at how it's a system. And that's what people don't understand when they say it's a system. They don't understand it. They think that you're saying that, oh my God, I walk outside, I'm gonna get shot by a cop. Yeah. That's not what it's saying. Yeah. It's saying that if I wanted to better myself, the person who's gonna help me get better is probably not gonna look like me. Mm-hmm. And if they do, I really hope they just not on some like greedy shit. I really hope they just trying to give me an opportunity, and they're not just hoping I blow up so they can get off of me and take whatever I got. That's real. When I go to a bank and you asking for a loan, if the person giving me a loan is black, I'm gonna feel way more confident in it. Whether it's the same numbers, system or not. I feel like bro gonna work harder for me. He gonna take his time with me. He not just seeing me as a number and he trying to get me in and out. I feel like he gonna really take his time, even if I'm not qualified. But he'll tell me how I can get qualified. He won't run my credit and waste my time, but he'll tell me what to do. Compared to if I go to a bank and it's somebody else and I don't qualify, and they still run all my stuff just to be like, oh well, get out my face. Mm-hmm. And that's what the system is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was watching something the other day, and the dude was like, how you gonna tell a drug dealer to go work a 9 to 5 when they make in a week where somebody in 9 to 5 making 2 weeks? All right. How you gonna like this? It's meant for them to stay in that. You give them a felony. Now you want to run their back, they charges. Not even if they want to try to change. You not saying you, but whether it's their fault or not. But I'm saying once they realize they made that decision and they try to improve their life, they can't even get an apartment somewhere to live for real. Straight up. So they have no choice but to go back and do what they was doing before. Mm-hmm. Now, not saying that's every situation, but what I'm saying is that's how it always happens. Mm-hmm. It's in place. It's like that. That's why whenever there's a black person they make it, I would like people badmouth LeBron and stuff. I would never. Yeah. I may not like him as a basketball player. I would never say a bad word about LeBron James. I would never say a bad word about any of our because that's what they want us to do, man. Mm-hmm. They want us to talk down on R. Kelly like Elvis didn't exist. Yeah. Yeah. That's real. They want us to talk about gang violence like Columbine didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And still happening. Straight up. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? They want to take a little white boy who gets murdered over the weekend and make it a White Lives Matter issue when the father and the killer had a relationship. And they would just hide their minds. And he ended up doing what he did or whatever. No one knows what happened between, but they had a relationship. But you gonna try to make it sound like this was just a black guy who killed this white kid. Anything to dispute Black Lives Matter. That's what it is, man. And it's unfortunate, but I think that's what makes being black so beautiful, man. There's a reason why Drake is Drake.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Kendrick is Kendrick. There's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, you know, people will use our culture to get ahead of theirs because they understand. Black, we rule the world, right?
Straight up.
In my opinion, we do, especially in America. Without us, I can't tell you a white creative idea that I've done ever. I don't play arrows. I mean, you know, maybe basketball, that was about invented. Okay, that's cool, but NBA is run by black people now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you. I can't tell you how much of my life, and I can, like, I'm not in the country, so maybe, you know what I'm saying, it's different, you know, in the country out there, you know what I'm saying, when you got camo and, you know, dirt bike. But if I look, I know, you know what I'm saying, people who black, they do the same thing. And they do it with swag. They out there, you know, popping wheelies and, you know what I'm saying? So, and then they see that, they will do the same thing. So it's like, I feel like black culture, we influence the world. We just don't realize how strong we are because we are so used to putting, not only being put down by a system, but putting each other. It's like, not only are we doing their work, they're doing their work. So it's like double the work on us just trying to get out. And, you know, but it's just crazy to think how, you know, less than 13% of the population can have Black Lives Matter on the court. In the NBA, and it's played on ESPN, which is Disney, which is Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Like, people don't realize just how crazy or how big that really is. Why is a soccer player, some white woman with purple hair taking the knee in 2016 with Colin Kaepernick, 2017, whatever she did? Like, why do you think that matters? Because she understands the importance of not only just lives, but black lives specifically.
Straight up. We them chosen ones, bro. But that's a conversation for
but you have to believe that. You have to believe that no matter what situation you in, that you can prosper, not because of anything else besides you black. Straight up. Because you meant to prosper. You're meant to have a hard life, bro. It is what it is. Get over it. You came over here with a hard life. I don't care if you say, oh, my people is this, nigga, you black. Yeah. You get pulled over right now, you're black. I don't care if you talking about you Mexican, Haitian, Jamaican. You think the officer care? No. You think the prosecutor care? No. Oh, y'all have this Haitian American, Jamaican. No, they're gonna say, I have this African American black male. Yeah. They don't care, bro. You're a statistic to them. So when you understand that, you move in such a way, and people like, oh, you got a victim. I'm never a victim. If anything, I just understand how they work, which makes me the attacker. So instead of blaming them for everything, I play their same game. Yeah. You might make that same game a little bit harder for me, but I'm playing the same game as you.
Straight up.
We playing the same thing. Now I know what you're doing. Now I don't feel like a target. I just understand that it's a game. I might have to work a little harder. I might have to do a little this. I might have to do a little of that. It is what it is. But a lot of people, they don't have that it is what it is mindset. They'll rather just take blame for somebody else. They'll rather just say, it's my mama's fault that I'm like this. I'm an alcoholic, it's my mama's fault. Then you drink every day, that's your fault. I'm a crackhead, my dad was a crackhead. Then you a crackhead because you go buy crack every day. Your daddy doesn't go buy crack and put it in your hand. Straight up. You're a crackhead because you make those choices to be a crackhead. Straight up. But people really don't understand that. They don't understand that it all starts with a decision, with a choice. And however you see the situation you in is what it is. So whether you think you the victim in your situation or you think you the attacker in your situation, you're right. Because once you make that decision, everything else in your mind is going to follow.
what you think. Straight up. I mean, but there's one cat I listened to named Bizzle. He said on one song, he said, I don't want to hear the government gave us that. They might have gave us straps, but they ain't make them clap. And it's like, now I done got in arguments with people about that. But I'm like, I mean, it's just the truth, bro. Like,
bro,
anybody can go
guns don't kill people
right now.
Guns don't kill
That don't mean that I'm gonna say, well, I see this brother over here, I'm gonna go shoot him.
Right.
You know, like, that ain't gonna come, because I have the power to make that choice. You know, regardless of my situation, I mean, we can throw all type of factors in there. I grew up in the hood, all that. I've always made my own decisions. Every decision that I've made as a black man, you know, I made some messed up decisions, stuff that I ain't never think I was gonna do. Things that I should probably be gone for. Right. You know, if truth be told.
Thank God it's here.
Just thank God, you know, because I have friends who did it.
Right.
Who they gone right now, you know, because of certain things that we were doing. But even when I was doing that type of stuff, I was making the choices, and I had to come to the realization one day to say, I want to stop making these choices. And I had to make different, better choices with my life. And now that's all in my past. A whole, it's 2020, a whole 10 years ago now.
That's what I was saying. But like you said, though, you made the decision. You said, my homeboys, they can only do so much. They may influence you. They may, you know, do all these things. But you have, because when you go to jail, it don't say the crew. Even if y'all got a whole spirit, even if y'all all together, it don't say the crew. It say your name. You got 10 years. You got 15. You got this. You got that.
Straight up.
No matter who the crew is, the crew ain't getting to get. You got to still do that time, man. You know what I'm saying? And it all, like, people don't understand how powerful your thoughts become actions.
Told me, boy.
Your thoughts become actions.
Real.
Whatever you think is what's going to become. So if you think you a bum ass nigga, you're gonna be a bum ass nigga.
Straight up.
But if you think you a rich, if you thinking like somebody who's rich is all here, you're gonna eventually start making choices as rich people do. Or at least, even if your goal ain't to be rich, just financially literate, just financially free, you're gonna start making those decisions. What are these people doing that I'm not? Then you instantly start going and making those decisions.
Straight up.
Not instantly. Sometimes it takes time. That's why it takes years. That's why Nipsey called it a marathon. You're not gonna be like that on. It's not a 400. It's not a 2. It's a marathon. You're constant. It's something you're getting better. You're never finished. You're constantly trying to get better every single. And it's tiring. It's grueling. But that's why it's a marathon.
And that's why another point on that, with it being that marathon, that's why it's important for us especially as black men, to be in each other's corner. Because if you don't have a strong support group, you don't have men, for one, that'll hold you accountable for when you do things wrong, and to be able to, you know, and not just having men that only tell you when you're wrong, but also you gotta have men. You gotta have men in your corner that are just there for you. Period. You know, when they're there for your ups, they're there for your downs. They're there, you know, to give you that pat on the back when you doing right, but also when you doing wrong, just say, nah, bro.
Yeah, you messed up.
You tripping. You know, and you need to get that right, bro. And you know, even when you have that, you know, and we got, as men, we got to be able to accept that. You know, because at times we only can accept the good, but we won't accept the bad.
And shout out to my homie Spiff. He used to always say, you can't have the good without the bad, man.
That's real.
It's impossible. It's literally, nothing is, even you, bro, rich people problems are still problems.
Yeah, that's real.
Rich people, they're still problems.
That's real.
People don't stop dying.
Right.
Just because you got out of your hood, that don't mean nothing, bro. The people who still in your hood, you still got certain type of problems.
Straight up.
They just different problems. Now you got taxes, you got other stuff you got to worry, but there's still problems. No matter what situation you in.
That's real.
People still getting older, cars are still driving, crashes still happening. People still, it's life.
That's real.
It's life, man. So, but why be down on yourself and have problems when you can be up on yourself and have problems. You know what I'm saying? And even when you said the thing about having a support system, a lot of people just don't know how to be a good friend. They don't know. They don't understand that I don't want to just party and smoke and drink.
Yeah.
But if I do want to do that, I got friends that do that.
Yeah.
Just like I got friends that if I want to talk about business, I'm gonna talk about business with them. But they don't understand how to properly differentiate all these people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know, everybody look the same to you.
Yeah.
You like, well, I can hang out with this person. I can take them, but it's like you can't do that.
Right.
Like, and then in order to have good friends, you have to be a good friend.
All right.
Why am I gonna check up on you if you ain't checking up on me?
Tell me about it.
Why?
Straight up.
But because I'm a good person? Nah, I'm not that good of a person, bro. I got a life too, fam. I got a family. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff to do, bro. You got to be a good friend, and I understood that. I started realizing that, especially once I got out of the situation I was used to be in. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, what am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Why are the people in my life that I do not want to be in my life?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Well, Jada, you are kind of reclusive. You don't really like being out much. If somebody do hit you up, you might respond 2 days later. What are you as a person doing wrong? Then once I understood what I was doing wrong, I instantly said, Jada, you have to become a better friend. People buy you gifts on your birthday. Why you ain't buying nobody no gifts?
Yeah.
But you expecting a fucking gift.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how? That's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally the true definition of selfish and almost narcissistic to the point where you believe everybody should do everything for you, but you don't believe you should do anything for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me. I believe that friendships are 50-50. If I'm a rich friend, I want rich friends. I don't want no broke friends.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, will I have some? Of course, you know what I'm saying? But if I could take you out to go eat and pay for it, I hope that you can do the same. You know what I'm saying? And not even just on a monetary level, just on some, you scratch my back, I can scratch yours. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about like, let's go party, get drunk, and get fucked up, and we doing that, and that's what we doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And we both really not doing nothing for each other, but we both there, we both in this same space. We think we good friends, but if something happens, we turn on each other. It happens all the time, man.
All the time.
It happens all the time, man. So when it comes to, like you said, having that support system, and I truly believe this, if you hang around 4 millionaires, you will be the fifth. If you hang around 4 bums, you will be the fifth.
All right.
I truly and honestly, God, believe that. Because them 4 millionaires, if they willing to take you in, they gonna teach you their ways. Now, are you willing to accept them?
Yeah.
Or do you want to accept the ways of a bum? And then that's a whole other conversation.
Let's go to this. Let's talk about your radio career. What made you want to get into radio?
All right, so I read Charlamagne's book. I forget the name of the first one. It's somewhere in here. Black Privilege. Black Privilege. Just it's like 12 Principles. Really good book. I enjoyed it. If you haven't read it, no matter how you feel about Charlotte, and I always say this, bro, when reading books and when it comes to authors, I can read a book from somebody who has a completely, totally different mindset than me. You have something from that person you can take.
Yeah, straight up.
They have something you can take and automatically implement it in your life, especially if they're successful. They could be Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
He has something that he can say to you, or you can get to where you can take it and apply it in your own life. So when you read the books, whether you like it or not, if it's something that's supposed to be informational, take it for the information. I want to start there. But I said, if this ugly ass nigga can make it, I know I can. Like, honestly, that's where it came from, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, because I read his story, and it was just so interesting to see, like, him talk about all his failures, because some people really not comfortable with talking about their failure. Yeah. Like, they really not comfortable with talking about they've been being fired. Especially when you're somebody that's getting inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame this year. Right. Why would you want to talk about your failures? I don't got to. But so for him to put that out there and for him to see it, and then even for like him, like, you know, I heard the song, I don't know if you read the book or not, but he got to do Lil Rue, and he talking about how he used to manage Lil Rue, and they had the Nasty song. That was definitely your time, the Nasty song. Yeah. You was in the club during the Nasty song. I haven't let a nasty song all night long. Bro, Yeah, go on, bust it open for me. I said, Shawty, go on, bust it. Yeah, anyway, the show it's hard. But just hearing that even he had like a part in something like that, I would have never even put the two, because you know when you in the club, you seeing, you know, the alphas, whoever doing their thing to the song, because they stroll to it usually when the song come on. Like it was that and Wipe Me Down. Them the two songs that if you am I lying? Hey, if you them the two songs that if you in the club, you gonna see somebody. Like you already know, man. You already know. So
hey.
when it motivated me, man, and I had we threw a fall fest. And that was the first time I actually threw an event. Not I, but me and some other people, we threw an event. And we had some, shout out to every artist that came out to that festival, actually. I still got the tape from that. I ain't gonna never release that, that's just me. But, I actually had a cousin, Chrissy. She was on the radio at the time. And Chrissy's dad, Willie, was actually my cousin as well. So, you know, they was doing the whole hip hop thing. And this was right after the whatever happened with the J Long, you know, when they had, which I do believe 90.1 was the hottest radio station at that time. And I'm willing to argue with anybody when them boys was on there and that hip hop was rocking day and night. But you know, Willie, he a little older, he don't want to deal with certain problems. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, so I actually went up to Chrissy, I talked to her about it. And she gave me the opportunity to do the show. It was originally, she gave me the opportunity. I then asked Zoo, DJ Zoo, to do the show with me, and Brittany as well. Brittany, I can't remember my girl last name. Goddamn, sorry Brittany, but shout out to my girl. She do it. Yeah, I see you, dog. And it was us three, but then Brittany had some personal things going on. She ended up moving. She left the show. Me and Zoo did it for a little while. Then we brought on Kelsey, and I think we all did it for a year up until about December 17th-ish of last year. And which is still but we did it. The last show was like, I remember because we just celebrated 2 years, and the next week was actually our last show. And it wasn't by choice. Like it kind of got forced to be put out. But man, I enjoyed doing radio, man. It was different in terms of my visions, and I learned a lot in terms of leadership and understanding that you're not gonna be the leader for everybody. You're not. You know what I'm saying? And if you're dealing with people who want to kind of do their own thing amongst the team thing, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. If everybody not working on one accord with one goal in mind, it's not gonna work. Never. Like, and that's in anything. Whether that's a baseball, soccer team, a group project. If everybody's not working, if these 3 separate entities, 4 separate entities, 5 separate entities aren't having the same goal, it's just not gonna work. And I enjoyed my time there. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody on the show. What I will say is, I don't think people realize what they got till it's gone. In every facet of life. And I think everybody thinks everybody is replaceable until it's time to replace them. Until it's really time to be like, oh, whoa, this ain't as easy as I thought it was gonna be. When you realize that somebody was really doing more than what you felt like they were doing. So not what was really going on, but what you felt like.
That's real.
And a lot of people get caught into that word, feelings, and how they felt, and what compared to what it actually is. Because when you deal with me, I'm very direct, as you can see. I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think, and it's not gonna be like, if we trying to get better, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Jordan cussed out his teammates. Because his goal was to win a championship. And if I pass you this fucking ball and you miss this shot, I'm on your head. Because I got to deal with this. If we lose this championship, they're not coming to you, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. They're coming to me. So if I do these things, we need to And I think that a lot of times, especially with the way I delivered my message, and I could have been better with it, in terms of certain things, but I truly believe that emotions played a part into the breakup. Wanting to have different directions on what was, like what I thought we was at compared to where everybody else thought we was. There was definitely a major disconnect there. And just in terms of the work. Like, if I'm working all day and we have film, why am I still editing the film?
Yeah. That's real.
But we all want credit. We all want opinions. We all want to feel like that we all want to share the credit, but we don't all want to share the work. And please, anything that I say is backed by facts. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I say, I can back it by facts. I can tell you I was the most consistent. I can tell you I didn't miss a show because I wanted to have fun on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. So when people say stuff to me to make it sound like I'm replaceable, you're going to have to show me.
Yeah.
You're going to have to show me. You want to make it sound like I'm selfish? Okay, let me remove myself then. And let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even on no cocky shit. That's just on some like, I see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I understand where I'm at and I understand what I bring to the table.
That's real.
Do you? Or do you think you really bring more than what you actually do? And if you do bring more, just show it. Prove it. Why is it such a problem for me to where you say you're doing X, Y, and Z that I want to see you do X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
If you telling me that you about to cross me up, do it.
Yeah.
Come on, we got to go to the court, bro.
Yeah.
I got to see this. I got to see it. You about to do, you say you about to hit me with the ding, 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 snap back. Oh, come on, we got to go play. We got to, because I got to go see it. I got to, but that's just how my mind works, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, bro, I'm telling, like I say, everything, I got receipts, I got it all, bro. Like, I really felt some type of way.
Yeah.
I did. I felt unappreciated. I felt like people didn't realize how much, people didn't understand. I literally did not have a segment on my show to let everybody else live.
Yeah.
But you have a problem when I call it my show. Call it your show too. Mm-hmm. Take ownership the same way that I am. It will make me proud. I won't feel it. I won't come to you saying, why are you saying it's my show? I'm going to come to you and say, thank you. Thank you. Please take ownership of it like I will. Mm-hmm. Please do. Please. Anybody. Please. But no, people would rather make it sound like that I'm the narcissistic leader, that I don't know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. They would rather do that. They would rather blame, the blame game is always.
Yeah.
But I never blame nobody but myself. And I still blame nobody but myself to this day. But I also said I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm not appreciated.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that again. Never. But that's relationships, job, never going to be put in a situation where I feel like I am unappreciated. Mm-hmm. Because you're not understanding that I got to work out, get my child to sleep, then you want me to edit and do it all over again the next day when you've been home all day.
Yeah.
But when it comes to ideas, we all want to pitch in ideas.
Yeah.
Why should I listen to y'all ideas? Why should I show y'all my work when I'm doing it? Why?
Yeah.
And I think that when I first started, because I was just doing it for fun, I never set boundaries and I never said, this is what I do, this is what you do, this is what they do, which is what I've learned is very important when it comes to these type of things. People need to know their roles and what they do. Because if they don't, they're going to automatically think that they have, like, let's say you was doing the show with somebody else and y'all was just doing it and you doing everything. You got mics, you doing all this stuff, but they still want to be like, well, why are we talking about this today? Like,
Yeah.
Because I came up with the topics. That's all we're talking about today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But people don't look at the fact that I personally did not have a segment.
Mm-hmm.
That I personally had, in a 2-hour show, let my DJ have 4 sets of 10 to 15 minutes, which is the hour of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I let my co-host have a 15-minute segment. And then we interviewed.
Yeah.
But I act like I'm the star. Like, I'm trying to make somebody else. I don't want to be the star. I want to push other people out there. But it's never, and I think like when you're dealing with people, especially when you're younger than them, when you know, they doing their thing, it's kind of hard for them to take direction from somebody who's younger than them, especially in something like this. And they feel like, oh, well, we started at the same time, but it's like, I live this though.
Mm-hmm.
I know, if I know that you're not living this, and I know that if I ask you something that you have no idea what I'm talking about, that if I ask you to go watch these people's interviews, go watch, we're on the radio. The radio should be our life. All I listened to was on the radio when I was on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to understand radio programming. I wanted to understand commercials. I wanted to understand BPMs. I wanted to understand the difference between a talk show and a radio show. Because we had more of a talk show than we had a radio show.
Yeah. Straight up.
That's what we had. We had a talk show. And like I said, once I felt like niggas was just like, I won't say shitting on my name, but like I don't even know how to really put it. Like when it's not like this and I can tell it's like that, it ain't no point. It's no point. Because we all should be like coming together. But you going this way, I'm going this way, and you going this way. And then y'all two want to come at me because as long as I'm saying something, y'all gonna be against it no matter what. I can say the sky is blue. Y'all be like, nah, nigga, it's green. Just because you want to argue. Or you not even want to argue, you just want to feel included. So when the end of the show came, and we got to call the police on that day.
No.
Yeah. I don't think I ever told the story. Quick story. So I had, we had this SME Boys. So it was Coach and then the Hood Comedy Tour. So the owner's wife, she came in. I didn't know who she was. Mm-hmm. She called me outside, started instantly yelling at me, like without introducing herself, without anything. I don't know about you, but if somebody not yelling that you don't know start yelling at you, you gonna be like,
yeah.
Who are you? You know, your respect instantly goes, because it's like, you could introduce yourself. Hello, I'm XYZ. I felt like this was happening. But it wasn't like that. Oh, you playing music that's cussing, it's this and that. I'm like, we've been on the radio for 2 years. What make you think that after 2 years, we gonna play a song that cuss?
Yeah.
But I had been dealing with stuff from Willie. Like, I had a poster get stolen out of that one time. I had a poster that was only there for 1 week. After that 1 week, I never seen that poster again. And when I asked about it, nobody don't know nothing.
Yeah.
But you want to be so hard on me about certain stuff. Because, you know, I don't know if you ever been in there when we was recording, but we would move stuff around. We kind of put stuff up. Yeah, we had, we put like stuff. You remember that white wall that was on the far back? They had like a clock or something on it. We put all wallpaper. We put a whole bunch of stuff up there. And then on that right, it looked like a real studio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then there was like a table on the side. We would put the table in the middle because we got the mics that stood up. So we would all be on the mics. It would look like we was in a legit, because presentation is everything. Yeah. So the presentation was there. And we put everything back. Mm-hmm. But because we moved it, that was the problem. They didn't want it to be moved. And you know, when you're dealing with older people, especially older people who don't understand hip hop, you know what I'm saying, that don't understand that it's gonna come with drinking, smoking, stuff like that. And as long as anybody's over 21 and they're legally doing it, there really shouldn't be a problem. But because it's your stuff and because you're gonna make it feel like it's a problem, they always had a problem with what we was doing. And you know, it's hard to work with management like that. Yeah. When you constantly trying to work past them, but they're constantly on your back. So she talking about we doing all these things, all this, all that. I'm still trying to have interviews. Yeah. You know, because I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm arguing with you. And they always did it. Our show was from 7 to 9. they would come up there at 6:55 and take my complete focus off the show.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't even get back in journalist mode because you done threw me off so much to the point where I'm just trying to calm down now. So she was like, yeah, I want your keys. If you don't give me the keys, call the police, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know you personally. You didn't give me the keys, but if you go get your husband, I'll give you keys. So while she go get him, she calls the police, bro. I got filmed this and everything.
No.
Yeah, so this really happened. This black woman called the police on nothing but, like, if you saw it, you'd be like, bro, this is fake. Like, she ain't do this. Y'all ain't doing that. I know. She calls the police. They're like, well, are they doing anything? She's like, well, they're in the building. They're like, well, we can send somebody out there. So the police come out there, and they asking her all these questions. She like, I'm the owner of this, blah, 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 but she didn't even have her name on the lease. So she had to go get Willie. And then when Willie came, we took all our stuff down. I handed him the key. We walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just crazy that we just celebrated 2 years. I just talked to him the week before. I said, if you have a problem with anything that is going on, just tell me. Just tell me. Just talk to me about it. You're supposed to be my cousin. You know my grandma. You done been over. You know what I'm saying? We done had this conversation. I done told you I'm trying to go back to school for this. Like, I really take this seriously. I see that this is a family thing because my granddad was a DJ at one point as well. So it's like, I really want to do this. But when your agenda doesn't align with the management agendas, it just kind of led to it was the first step to me just being like, yeah, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why deal with it from them? Why deal with it from y'all? Why deal with all this headache? Like, I was drinking so much at the time. Like, I don't even have nowhere near as much as I used to, just because it was like, I'm always tired. I got to do something to, like, just drink. You know what I'm saying? You got to drink something, and then we always had drinks. So, like, now I barely buy a bottle of money. Yeah. Like, I'm just thinking about how much money I've been saving and stuff like that. You know, just little stuff like that. So once we got kicked off, you know, that stuff happened. We decided we were deciding on what we want to do next. I realized that we were a talk show. I said we could literally start a podcast in our living room. We got the microphones, we got the lights, we got a cameraman. Why? What's the initiative? Or what is the incentive to go to? We want to be X-rated. We want to be raw. Yeah. Why you want to go to the radio? Because no matter what you're going to, and then y'all not understanding the situation we had now is going to be completely different if we go to another radio station. They're going to definitely try to control us then. We're not going to be a talk show no more. It's going to be you talking for 2 seconds and playing some more music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we are talking to each other. What, you got a house? I just moved in here. I got an apartment. Why not? They're like, no, we want to be on the radio and do the podcast. I'm like, that just sounds, because in my head, all I'm thinking about is who's going to edit all this film? Yeah. Who going to do all that? Who going to do all this? And then during one meeting, I said something, and they was like, well, you can go. I was like, oh, okay, bet. Yeah. So I just sat on it for a little bit. And another thing that used to upset me was I would say the same thing as somebody else. And this is when I knew I wasn't the leader. But I would say literally the same thing, word for word, and it wouldn't connect. But somebody say the same thing as me, and it connects. That means you're not trying to hear what I'm saying. Yeah. Period. That's real. You're not trying to hear what I'm saying.
That's real.
You're just not. And it would bug me because it's like this person, y'all, you know, they're no better than us. They just got a different situation. Why does their word why do you hold on to this word as much as you do somebody who's in your own camp? Yeah. That hurt. That hurts when you think you got somebody, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh well, they like, oh well, nah. You don't know what you're talking about clearly. This person come through and say the same thing as you, and then they're like, oh my God, it's like genius. Yeah. It'll drive anybody in, and then you bring it up, and they're like, nah, that ain't happening. That's not happening. Do you need? What are you talking about? I can show you.
Yeah.
That's not what I said. You said that.
That's real.
So it just got to the point where I felt like it was too many factors. It was too many factors going against me and not enough going for me.
Yeah.
It was too much. It was too much for me to deal with without, like, bro, I'm not about to go through all this for 300 views.
Yeah.
And we not getting paid.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, y'all just feel like we hot shit.
Yeah.
And I don't. I feel like we got, because I'm not comparing myself to people in Gainesville. I'm comparing myself to what we could be.
Yeah.
And what we could be compared to what we at, oh, it's no. And even today, I still feel like that. Because I felt like we could start tomorrow and we could get, but I don't think I would be willing to do that. Because I just couldn't. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too peaceful now.
Yeah.
I'm way too zen. I'm way too, like, caught up in myself to want to deal with letting other people come in my space again and their energies throw me off the way that I let it before.
Yeah.
I'm way too conscious of that now.
Mm-hmm.
Way too conscious. So if I was to do something, it would have to be the perfect situation. Or I'm just not interested.
That's real.
And if it's not a perfect situation, and I feel like if I'm coming in on something, okay, I'm coming in on something, cool. But if I'm leading, understand that I'm leading. Understand that, yes, I am. Like, that was the biggest thing. This ain't a dictatorship. It should have been.
Yeah.
It should have been, I make the final say so, and if you feel a way about it, you can go.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be liked.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be liked at the detriment to my own show and my own health.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted just to be, come on, all right, well, fuck it, man. You know, come on, man, we can, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not like that no more.
That's real.
Because if, yes, it's gonna go my way. Yes, I do believe I have a better eye than you. Yes, I know I do. And I can prove it to you. Oh, which way? You wanna go take pictures together? Let's take your pictures and I take mine, let's see who got better pictures.
Yeah.
Let's edit them, let's do it all, let's see. Because then we're not talking about facts and opinions. We're just talking now, if you created something, you know, like Eric Badu say, keep in mind I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna be sensitive about it. But if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. Or if somebody else is better than yours, that is okay. That just means you got room for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, if I feel a certain type of way, that's because of my experiences. That has nothing to do with you though.
Yeah.
But that's how it always seemed to be. Like I was always like battling for like supreme superiority. And it got draining.
Yeah.
It got draining.
Mm-hmm.
To not be able to delegate tasks and they be done appropriately, or they be done appropriately for 2 weeks and then people think they deserve like a pat on the back for doing what the fuck they supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be on time. You're supposed to have your segment ready. You're supposed to do all this. Okay, anything you do after that is then extra. But when we talking and you talking about you do these things, I'm not hearing that. You're supposed to do these things.
Yeah.
And then you sit up there in my face and tell me the only thing I do is be on time to the show?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
I gotta bounce. And you know, different people may see situations differently. And I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I get that I'm not always gonna be right. But I know I'm not gonna always be wrong too.
Mm-hmm. That's real. Hey man, that's the thoughts of a radio man. You
Yeah,
know?
man. And I want to do like I'm getting ready to start my own podcast now. But I'm naming it the Stretch Guided Podcast to let niggas know, yes, it's about me.
Yeah.
Yes, if you come on, it's about me. You know what I'm saying? You're just here to help promote me. You know what I'm saying? If you're okay with that, cool. And if you're not, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I have a strong enough voice to carry myself. I don't need a support team. I don't need, it'll be great to have. It's always nice to hear that, but it's not needed. Especially when I'm starting a podcast and I'm trying to still find my own voice within that podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to certain things, and it comes to, especially this art stuff and working with people, it's hard for me to do it, man. And not in terms of working with somebody else on their stuff, but bring somebody else on mine. Because if I bring you in on mine, you're gonna have to just understand that it's by my rules.
Yeah.
And not everybody wants to always play by your rules. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm completely okay with that.
Straight up.
Because if you're not doing what I need you to do, then why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I feel now. But I feel like that's how most businesses feel.
I mean, that's really how. I mean, if you got something that's yours and someone is coming in on it, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just
life.
Yeah, we learned that from an early age. I mean, if I go to somebody's house, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I got
Do their rules, yeah.
by their rules.
Exactly.
That's just
Like,
I go
if
to
we
my
play
auntie house, my auntie house. They don't know my mama house.
And we playing 2K and you want to have the fatigue up and the no subs, I got to deal with it.
Alright, straight up.
Because it's how it moves, unless it's my game.
Then we're gonna
But
play by my rules.
like I'm saying,
I
we
mean,
got
that is-
in the whole who's the creator of the show, who's this, and it just got draining for me, man.
Yeah.
And it cost me way more mental peace than it brought me. And once I realized that my voice wasn't being heard by the people that it needed to be heard by, then it was like, yeah, I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? It's y'all are against me. I'm not understanding why y'all against me because I just want us to win. But y'all feel like I'm so this, and that, but you're not telling me why. You're just saying it.
Yeah.
And then when you say you want to do these other ideas, they're not making sense to me because you sound like to me you want to be censored and I don't want to be censored no more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to think about what I'm about to say on the radio. I don't want to have to tell people when they come on the show you can't say this and that. I don't want to do that no more. I got tired of doing all that.
That's really, and that's kind of one of the reasons why, like, the radio thing was never something that I intended to do. It just kind of happened. You know,
Yeah, I read when you
it,
started. I read.
it happened. I was like, well, shoot, I'll try it
Yeah.
out. And you know, like I said, you know, I learned a lot during that time. And one of the things that I did learn was that ain't really my route where I really want to go. You know, it was definitely a good opportunity, but I felt like this route was better for me because I felt almost closed in at times. You know, it was like I only got this certain day, this certain time, and I'm like, man, I want to have the ability to just pull up, bro. Like we talk, you know. I'm like, hey, whatever, bro, when. You know, you give me your schedule and I can work around your schedule. You know, because I would find it hard, you know, having those Saturdays that I was having at like 2 or 1, I think it was 2, and it was hard because, like, especially I was on during football season, so I want somebody to come on. They like, man,
and it's so funny you say that. That's why we moved the show back.
Yeah, bro, it was hard. I'm in the middle of the day,
Saturday,
and
pre-COVID.
Like, all right, for real, you know, and people like, yeah, bro, come on, but man, the game is playing. I'm just, dang, dog, and it was just, I always ran into that problem, and I'm like, man, I think I would do better having my own platform and having that freedom.
And then Gainesville alone, in terms of radio, just ain't it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you had like Kiss 105 or like one of them country stations or something like that, then you might make a decent salary or something like that. But I looked up a stat. It's like the number 76 radio market in the nation.
Yeah.
In their cities.
Yeah.
Way bigger. You can even go to Orlando.
Yeah.
And you going 20 spots up.
Yeah.
You go to Tampa, you going 20 spots up. You go to Miami, you going 60 spots. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Straight up.
So that's why I never understood, like, radio here is great. It gives you, especially like, I love what AD is doing. I think AD is doing it he's doing it for what get connections, get experience. You understand it may not, you know what I'm saying, put you over the hump, but it's gonna get you to that hump.
Yeah. Man, AD, boy, I gotta get you on, man.
Oh, shout out to AD, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to AD, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to AD, bro. I love that guy. That's one dude who, ever since I met him, we've been cool. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely listen to him. You know what I'm saying? When we speak, we have, I won't say any quarrels or anything like that. I just think since he's been doing it for so long, you know, you see somebody like me, it's like still like big brother, little brother.
Yeah.
But you know, little brother at some point always feel like he better than big brother.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. So, you know, when certain stuff I don't take certain stuff. I don't take stuff when people do stuff and take it personal.
Yeah.
I don't take things personally. Even if I may feel a certain type of way about it, I'm gonna sit in that emotion for a little bit. And I'm gonna say, do I really feel like this? Or am I just being sensitive right now?
Yeah.
I'm probably just being sensitive right now. Let me just chill out.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Let me just chill out. And because I've had a couple instances where I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You might have said something, reacted the way I might not like, but it'd be like, is it really that big of a deal?
Yeah. And most of the time, it ain't.
It's not.
It ain't.
And it's not even meant to come off that way. It just might be like, I needed this, you can't do this. All right, bro, I still love you. You know what I'm saying? And it don't even be like that. So shout out to AD, you definitely should, like ass nigga.
This man is so crazy. Hey, man, I want to get to this right. We're gonna go to something a little more light.
Okay.
What TV dad are you most like, and what's your favorite?
Yeah, that's the question. TV dad that I'm most like.
I would like Carl Winslow or something.
Nah, I ain't Carl Winslow. He was the feds. I ain't the feds. You know what I'm saying? But we do need more black cops. So other cities too. Damn, that's a good question. Because I ain't got the money in Upper Field. I'm trying to think of a dad, who was like, you know, they had a young kid, but they was just trying to make the best. Like, okay, you seen Atlanta?
Atlanta. Man, I've never seen that show.
Okay,
before,
well, Charles Gambino, he's a dad on there.
Yeah.
But
I want to see that show so bad.
Okay, yeah, he's a dad on there, and he's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So he may not have, like, I may have a better living situation, but mentally I could understand that just trying to do what you're trying to do to be best for your daughter while still dealing with other situations that's going on in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, because he's a young dad too, that would be somebody who I could probably relate to. You know, young black African American man, just trying to do right.
Yeah.
And you know, due to certain circumstances, certain situations you end up in, you know, it seems like you're not trying to do right, but in your head, you know that I always got my daughter in mind. Even if I might forget to do X, Y, and Z, they still there though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I would say, you know, because, you know, people might look at this and they be like, man, look at that nigga Childish Gambino, he a bum on that, which he is a bum on that. But, you know, he's trying to come up though. Yeah. That's what I see. I see the elevation. Yeah. I see him from where he started to where he's at now, where they're getting, because his cousin is a rapper and he ends up managing the cousin. At the end of the second season, the cousin is actually going on tour. So it's about progression. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's how I see myself. Somebody who's a younger father who may not have it all figured out, but is constantly just trying to progress in life.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, if you know, people look at the physical, oh, well, he ain't got no car, no house, no job, you know, and I have all those things, of course, yeah, but he's striving to be better. That's so it's even like I say, because if you watch, you be like, hey, bro, he made some wild decisions, but he's making these decisions trying to improve the life of him and his daughter. That's real. You know what I'm saying? And even though him and his baby mom, like, even, because it's even funny, like, he'll get jealous when she got certain stuff going on and stuff like that. Any man that's had a baby, you know, when your baby mama starts talking, you gonna feel, even if you're not upset about it, it's gonna be like, yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just even with dealing with stuff like, seeing stuff like that, seeing, you know, just a young black man who don't have it all together, because at one point you know what I'm saying? We would have had this conversation 2 years ago. We were at my grandma's house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So to see this young black man just constantly trying to progress in life and to finally find something he loves and to constantly be pushing towards that thing, even through all the mistakes, through everything that he's doing, he's just constantly trying to strive to be better. That's real. Because I wasn't trying to, because I'm not, you know, I'm TV at like 40, I ain't that old yet. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite is Uncle Phil, of course. Yeah, yeah. Of course. And people don't give Carlton his credit. I want to say this. Yeah. Because Carlton was raised by his strong black father figure in a predominantly, you know, white area. So of course he took on the traits of certain white things. Carlton was still a nigga though.
Yeah.
Will got shot. Who got the gun?
Yeah.
Carlton was overdosed on the beans.
Yeah.
Did he snitch? When the dude was trying to question his blackness at the fraternity, he like, my brother, why would you even? We one and the same.
Yeah.
Just because I don't talk like you, dress like you, act like you, don't mean I'm not like you.
Yeah. Alright.
But because of who his dad was, it only made sense for Carlton to be that same kind of way. But because it's presented in like a, you're not gonna see that. You're gonna see instantly as Will. But there's some times where Will might have been a little questionable.
Yeah.
But Carl saved him. You know what I'm saying? And Carl was ready for what? Carlton was ready for whatever.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace, Uncle Phil for sure. But that'll definitely be, and I mean, and Granddad from the Boondocks. I don't know if he counts as dad, but Granddad from the Boondocks. Come on, that's perfect, old school. That's perfect. Like RP to him too, man. It's crazy to see, like, it happens, but. Yeah, those would be my two. Just Pops in general, though. Any role that he had as Pops was just the beauty. Like that was great. So yeah, that was great. My dad would be my example of TV dad and my two favorites.
That's real. Last question. Well, last two questions. What advice would you give an 18-year-old JD?
Be confident.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so because I was thinking about this today, bro. So. I played basketball in high school. I played JV my junior year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just that alone stripped my confidence. Because I had only been playing basketball since 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it, I hadn't been playing as long as somebody who's been playing since elementary, who's sick, they dad put him in, my mama couldn't afford that. She wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I was with my mom up until like 7th grade, and my dad had 7 kids. There was no time for us to put you in AAU. You know what I'm saying? So when those things happen and the confidence got stripped away, not to mention I'm skinny. Yeah. My teeth kind of crooked. I wear big glasses. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with other situations where I felt even if I was better than somebody else, it didn't matter because who that person was. Yeah. Especially when you talk about GHS. It's real. It's real
Trust me, I know.
It's real politicky over there, man. It's real politicky over there, man. Yeah. And if you were a kid and my dad wasn't that into sports, so he not gonna go to bat and fight for me, you know what I'm saying? Like some other parent who like, why the fuck my son ain't playing and ain't on X, Y, and Z? You know, he got other stuff to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that confidence was stripped. It was just stripped away. And then, you know, with that being, speaking of that, I do want to give a shout out to my JV team. I do believe we had the best JV team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Amp, Matt, Twine, Kenny, Lauren. I don't care what no one. We was fine. I don't care what no one said. We lost one game at the buzzer. We was fine. Soko, Kenny, we was fine, bro. I don't care.
I'll say the best JV team I've seen was that Eastside team that won the ship. When I was in ninth grade,
See, I won that.
Them boys, it was Randall, Alton, Miguel, Tommy, what's his name, Popo, Cameo, bro.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you,
bro. KL.
All I'm saying is the Coach Beverly didn't come ruin it. Yeah. I think we could have got another one. That's all I'm saying. Hey. But then, you know, dealing with that, man, going to PK Young and playing for 24 games just to have your eligibility be taken away from you by something that wasn't your fault.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
And everybody blaming you, but they're not blaming the adults in the situation? Yeah. How am I the one to take the blame, but not the person that is bringing me into the program? Mm-hmm. How? How is it my fault? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to look at my teammates in the, need I mind you, at that same time period, I'm in the hospital because my lung collapsed. So after we lose these games, we have senior night. Senior night was the first game because we had to forfeit all the games that I played in. I had played in every game. So we forfeited every game. We had to not play Santa Fe. I remember this. CJ Wakely and Devin Wilson were getting ready for a face-off.
Yeah.
And people made it seem like I ruined it.
Yeah.
Because they felt like I took that away from them because the two best scorers in Gainesville at the time, they weren't going to be able to see now. So now, when we were number one, we got to go to last place. Somebody got to take the blame.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that, like I said, I went to the hospital. That I then couldn't compete in track, which was my better sport anyway. So even if I had a little chance to get a scholarship, it had been instantly taken away.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about, but they want to laugh at me because ha 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 ha. It's your fault. Ha, nigga, you cheating? Oh, I'm cheating because I'm following the rules that were told me that were changed that year, then changed the next year.
Yeah.
People don't want to look at them. They just want somebody to point the finger and blame it. And those two situations alone completely did it for a little while. And I even went on to play college basketball. Something that most people can't even say.
Yeah.
The ones who be laughing, the ones you can't even say you was on a college roster, but you want to laugh at me.
That's real.
I played basketball for 3.5 years and walked on to a Division II school.
Yeah.
That went to the NCAA tournament in their first year, and that was the first time they made it. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Then return to that school again. So for those situations to happen, and then me to be so hard on myself, especially after everything was over with, it was hard, man, to really just be confident again. Because like I said, my dad don't give a damn about basketball, so he want me to go to school anyway. So he not looking at it like how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not realizing everybody's blaming you for the season when they felt like we had a chance to go to state. Because my senior year, we was legit 17-4 when the incident happened. And the 4 teams we lost to were all like in tournament games. So it's not like we lost any, like, we had a chance. Now, granted, this is another thing, we would have ran into that same team we ran into, which was Providence in the playoffs, in the regional playoffs. We would have still had to beat them. Yeah. Let's be real, bro.
Crazy back then anyway.
Let's be real, bro. I have 7, maybe 5. Let's say 5 points. I'm not that big of a reason to why we lose that game. But they're going to make it seem like it's my fault, though. Because had I been there, maybe you never know. Maybe I would have got hot. You never know. But because I was completely taken away from the situation, my team had to take a hard. We had to play Dixie County and play St. Francis earlier. Sorry, Em.
Yeah.
Sorry, Caleb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they was at St. Francis at the time. Cameron, all them boys. You know what I mean? Jake, I think Jake was on that team too. You know Jake. So, and I'm not even at that tournament because I'm at the hospital.
Yeah. But
everybody wants to blame. They want to blame. St. Francis want to blame me because now they got to play us in the second round instead of the championship. My teammates, they don't want to say nothing, but you got to look at it from their perspective. I've been at PK my whole life almost, waiting for this moment. You got to look at it like Carl. Carl Brown, his dad won a state championship. He trying to win a state championship, like his dad did. Now I've possibly taken this opportunity, and they're young too. So they're not thinking about it on my level. They just thinking about it on something like, oh, well, this who we could blame. Why, Carlos, why you brought bro here anyway? He not good like that. He not that fine. Why you brought him here? We might have had a chance without him. You know what I'm saying? Not even talking about the fact that earlier that year we lost Zeke due to some BS.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about these other things. They just want to talk about it as my fault. They don't want to keep me on the team, but don't want to transfer me. Want me to be like a manager or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when and then I'm running track, and because I'm not a certain person or a certain individual, it don't matter what my time is on a relay. It don't matter because you're not this person. So we're gonna trade you in. It don't matter. I felt like I got casted off, man. That's why at my senior year GHS, I was planning on playing no sports.
Yeah.
I dual enrolled because I was done with high school.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't face it no more. Because even if I felt like I was in the right, somehow somebody was going to make me feel like I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere, somebody was going to make me feel like that. And had I realized at the time that it wasn't you, that it was them and their own insecurities, whatever they was going through in life, and if I had remained confident and kept, some better thing, and I kept playing, which is why I ended up going to the Division II. But all those things combined on me, how do they think I felt? Even them, I couldn't play in my senior night, bruh.
Yeah.
I couldn't run track my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck how you feel, how I feel.
Yeah.
You still going to college. You still getting to play. You still getting your scholarships. I don't even have those opportunities even more.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever somebody, especially now, they want to talk greasy about the situation, I hit them with the facts.
Yeah.
I hit them with the truth. Because even you can look it all up.
Mm-hmm.
You can look all this up. I'm not going to lie. So if there was anything that I could tell myself, it would be more confident in who you really are and not what they want you to be.
Straight up.
And love you. Because it's people now who I talk to, when I have conversations with them, and I was friends with them in like, middle school, 9th grade, 10th grade, they'll be like, I don't know, it's like they be like, they could tell that life almost happened because they'll say like things like, "Dang, bro, you was really like so much more like full of life. Like you were not full of life, but like that innocence almost.
Yeah.
Wanting to be like, but then realizing that everybody don't got the same intentions as you.
Mm-hmm.
People, when it's convenient for them, will make you to blame. And if they don't care, they don't care about how you feel for real, especially when it comes to these coaches in high school and stuff like that. Like, that's why if I got a son and something, we can transfer if that's what you want to do, son.
Yeah.
Whatever. Also, if that's what you want to do. And that's why I was so glad that Impact got out of GHS when he did. And I wish I had to be honest.
Yes,
I wish I had to. I wish I had just got, and if I would have just trained for my senior year, I would have been in a way better position than standing there playing JV. But these coaches, they only care about what you're going to do for them temporarily. They don't care about your future. They care about winning state. They care about filling their rosters. And why do JV games are honestly meaningless? There's no college scout coming to a JV game. So why do I need to be a junior on JV besides for your own personal, vendettas? And then you say, oh, I'm giving you opportunity, but that opportunity ain't doing nothing for me. I've been better off just in class. Or you just been like, you should probably transfer. That's what I really would have been better at.
Yeah.
Because if I would have then, let's take that same situation when we lose my eligibility, and then I start at PK my junior year. It don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I might sit out at PK for the rest of that year, but I'm there, and I got a full summer of training. I got a full summer learning to play. I got a full anything happening now.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Yeah. So if it was anything, I'll tell myself: be confident and be patient. Those two things: confidence and patience. And that's what that's why I make sure that when I say something, I say it.
Yeah.
I stand on it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I love to be wrong.
Straight up.
Being wrong ain't gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
It's just not.
That's real.
So I'm gonna stand on anything I got to say. I'm gonna be confident about it. And you gonna have to show me why you better than me. You gonna have to show me why you can do it. You gonna have to show me. I need to see it. It's gonna, you know what I mean? Because I believe in myself so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to see it.
Straight up.
So yeah, that's something I'll tell myself, man.
If there's any young father out there listening right now, what would you say to them?
Keep some wine. Keep some wine, man. Nah, but for real though, if you can, stay with your baby mama.
Yeah. Because
besides togetherness, the black family is very important to the black community. And I believe that even though, I'm not saying 2-parent home kids ain't messed up too, I'm just saying that if you got 2 parents there, at least you know that these 2 people at least love each other enough to love you you know, you ain't got to question certain stuff.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So if you and your baby mama could work it out, do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless y'all too far gone, and then it is what it is. You know, if it just ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work. Because the family is the number one aspect of, it's like building a stump on your tree. You know what I'm saying? If you are a single father, don't have all the damn kids.
Yeah.
That's one thing I learned from my dad.
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like if he was there more for me, there was 3 kids in high school at the same time, me and my 2 sisters, and then he had one more coming up the ladder. So he had no choice but to work.
Mm-hmm.
He had no choice. Like, yeah, I'm just coming home for dinner. Yeah, y'all better catch that bus in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is what it is. And I might help you with your homework. I might not. I might come to a game. I might not. I'm going to make sure that I'm in Jonas's life. Yeah. I'm going to insert myself there. I'm going to know what's going on at all times.
Got to.
Because that wasn't like that. But I know that if I had that maybe it would have been a little bit differently. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But my dad, like I said, he was so focused on keeping the house that it was kind of hard to pay attention to the child. Yeah. So don't have all them kids so that way you can actually pay attention to your children unless it's you and your wife. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you and your wife, y'all got 5, 6, 7, okay, cool, because it's just y'all two, you splitting up really against, so it's really like y'all got, you know, it's 7 people there, but y'all really helping each other out, so it's like you got 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if it's you and you got 7 kids and 3 or 4 different baby mamas, it's hard for you to, I'm not saying control it, but maintain it. It's hard to maintain that situation. It's hard to keep 3 or 4 women happy, man. Just odds, one of them gonna put you in child support. Just odds, you know what I'm saying? So don't have them kids. Keep your family if you can. Don't have them kids, and just always progress, man. Because people can take a lot of things from you, bro. They cannot take away your progression.
Yeah, that's real.
They can't take away your progression. And you know what they try to do? You know what it looked like when people try to take your progression? When they try to make you mad off the same stuff you used to get mad about. Yeah. When they'll bring something up to you that they know will get you riled up, that's somebody trying to take away your progression. Mm-hmm. And when those situations happen, if you can look at them, look them dead up, like, I ain't into that no more, or be like, oh, that's cool, that's when you know you truly progressing. So it's not even just about the money, the house, it's about you. Your brain progressing who you are as a man and trying to just be better. So that way, with make sure that you your daughter's first love.
That's real.
Make sure that you your son's first idol.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Make sure of these things. And when you make sure of these things, it's like I always tell people, if this is right, everything else will fall into place. Straight it's up. Just a matter of time.
Straight up.
It's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? People see, oh man, you got a 2-bedroom, blah 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 by yourself. Ooh, you doing it? I'm like, bro, this took time.
Alright.
And it took help. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just me. This a team. Like I got help, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a lot of this by myself, but I know that I got people that got my back too, though, bro. I don't depend. That's another thing. I don't depend on them people, but I got people though. I haven't asked my dad for help since December. It's August now. That's 8 months. My dad has every ability to pay my rent every month, and I do not call him for money. I call him to see how he's doing.
Yeah, straight up.
And how can I get the money? I don't want your money. I want my own.
Straight up.
And once you get into that, when you start blaming people, you start asking for handouts, you start. And I hate to sound like the Republicans to pull up by your bootstraps, because if you ain't even got no boots, that's a whole other conversation. But if you are able to, do it. Yeah. If you're 19, 20 years old, there's no reason you shouldn't be eating healthy and trying to be in the best shape of your life. Yeah. And trying to make sure you're trying to get your mind right.
For real, boy.
There's literally no reason.
Y'all out there better listen. You better listen.
Yeah, because when you get my age, it's a little hard. It get a little harder. And I done gained weight this year too.
Alright.
So it get a little harder. But it's like, as long as you, because I believe women respect men who are progressing and aren't stagnant.
That's real.
And if a woman is with a man who's stagnant, it's because she's stagnant. Right. I don't know too many women who hustlers that want a man that ain't hustling. And you know, you can feel the way about when women say they don't want a man that did a 9 to 5 or whatever. And I feel the type of way myself. But when I hear the explanation behind it, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If I'm hustling, I want a man who hustles.
Yeah.
You're not gonna understand what it's like to hustle sometimes, and I don't. You right, babe. I'm not understanding certain things. You know. Now that's not to say that I can't.
Yeah.
Because I can, you know, because it's 9 to 5 people who making 6 figures too.
Yeah.
But if you talk about, you know, you in Atlanta, New York, DC, Cali, come back home, and you doing that over a 6-week span, I may not understand that if I'm going to the doctor's office every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why you always gone?
Yeah.
And instantly, you start right there. So, stay, if you can, stay with your baby mama.
Yeah.
Don't have them kids and constantly progress yourself. And not just, and that's what a lot of people think. They think just because what you got, that's what you are. Nah, man. It's about what you got in your head, bro. It's about learning. It's about knowledge. It's about understanding credit and how money flow and understanding that you can do the same thing that these white people do. You really can, bro.
Straight up.
You just got to understand how they're doing it and then do it.
That's real. That's real, man. So for any young father out there listening, I pray y'all will take heed. If y'all listen to Dad Can We Talk, y'all know I always ask every father that same question because I want to get some advice out there for a lot of these young fathers out there that are coming up, you know, because I know there's a lot of men that come into fatherhood unprepared. You know, you don't do any type of, you don't read no books on fatherhood. Nothing. You ain't around no fathers. You ain't got your own father. You just coming into this life like a deer in headlights. And I can see why a lot of kids are the way that they are. I can see why a lot of families are the way that they are because, you know, this is something that I've seen over the years.
It's the why, man, like you say. Because people will see a kid and be like, I'm not understanding why he's like that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should try to understand why he's like that.
It's real. It's real, man. And I like to put a lot of the onus on a father. You know, I believe, you know, people can say what they want to say about fathers and, you know, how important the mom is. And the mom is very important.
Very.
A dad is just as important, you know.
They need balance.
And you got to have that balance, you know. So for all y'all fathers out there, if you have children, man, take care of your children. Please.
Take care of your. There's no excuse.
Please.
No excuse, bro.
No excuse,
Nah,
man.
I'm not hearing that she don't want me around my kid. Bro, if you want your child bad enough, go get your child. Period, bro. Yes, it's gonna be a little harder, and yes, it may take some time, but it is doable.
Straight up.
It is doable if you want to be done.
Straight up. If you gotta fight for 2, 3, 4, 5 years,
do
what
it.
you got to do.
Do it.
You know,
and
when it get hard, get around some men that encourage you to keep going.
Come on, and in them 2, 3, 4 years, when they finally come to pass, be ready.
All right, straight up.
Don't get them done and then don't be ready.
Yeah,
be ready.
All right, my homeboy, one of the guys that I brought on one of the earlier episodes, my boy Mike, you know, he was talking about his story about how he was fighting for his child and how it fell in his hands at one point. It just happened unexpectedly, and he just had to. Well, now he's a single father out of nowhere, you know, and it just after all the fighting he did, something transpired, and then boom, and now it's like in your face.
I gotta get knife, I gotta get crib, I gotta get formula, I gotta get I gotta get clothes, I gotta get shoes.
He got real.
Yeah.
And I commend my brother, man. You know, he stepped up to the plate, and my brother doing what he got to do, and that's the type of stuff I like to see. You know, I love when I see a black man fighting for his child because the narrative around black fatherhood is that we don't do this, and we don't do that. And black men that they ain't here for this, and you know we deadbeat daddy. Man, I know too many black fathers out here that are fighting for the rights of their children, that have a desire to have their children, that are loving and taking care of their children, nurturing their children. Nobody can tell me nothing about black fatherhood. Nothing. Like for real, nobody can tell me nothing about it. And that's one of those reasons why I always say I started this podcast for that. to give these fathers a platform to be able to speak their mind and be able to tell their story, because people need to hear this stuff.
Yeah, man.
People need to hear, the mind of a black man, a mind of a black father.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to my white dads out there. I've had 3 white dads on the show. I think 2 white dads so far. And them brothers, the same thing. They love their children. They're taking care of their children. But specifically for my black fathers, for that narrative that's been going on since forever, that we are something that we're not, man, we ain't standing for that no more, man. We out here doing what we got to do, man. And we're gonna continue to push this message.
And like they tell us, one bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch.
Straight up.
That's what they tell us about the cops. So hey,
up.
The one black man one dad who happens to be black.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that, because that's gonna discredit all the men that's actually doing what they're supposed to do. And shout out to the women, because without y'all, there's no us. Period.
Right. Straight up.
Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I understand that if my mama didn't carry me for 9 months, that Davis White would not be here.
All right.
Period. So
Straight
shout
up.
out to y'all too.
Straight up.
And I'm not saying be easy on us or be hard on us, but I'm just saying be more understanding of
All right.
us.
Straight
You
up.
know what I'm saying? If you got a man that's trying to do better, let him try to do better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying you nagging him. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is just be there for him, because you don't understand what he deal with when he walk outside.
All right.
Being a black man.
You
You know what I'm saying? And I understand you got your own struggles as a black woman, but it's just different, man. It's different when they feel like they can pick you up and throw you in your hand and get away with it. It's different when they feel like they can talk to you any kind of, like, even with my landlord, just feeling like they can say whatever because you renting out their property. Nigga, I'll pay you. You can't talk to me any kind of way.
Straight up.
You cannot.
Straight up.
I demand my respect.
Straight up.
So, just with dealing with certain situations and just understand, especially if you are a female and you're deciding to deal with a man with kids, just understand, man, that you're not gonna always be number one. You're not gonna always have the attention. You're not gonna always, be top priority, top dog. But you are a priority, though.
Straight up.
You are loved. You are still appreciated. But you have to understand that this is a package.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So for all you women that think, oh well, he treat this kid so bad or good, and hopefully he treat me good, he gonna treat. Well, just understand there's a reason that he treats that, said kid. Him and his baby mama got a certain situation that he's just not trying to mess up. Yeah. So you got to, understand that. And of course, with understanding your boundaries and respecting boundaries all together, then y'all come together and make it whole. But if you a woman, date a man with kids, just be patient, man, and understand that, especially if that man loves you, that he's gonna try to, if he love you. Now, if he love you, he don't love you, he doing all, okay, do what you need to do. But if he love you and he's actually trying to do better and be better, let him and just be patient. Don't always be so me. Try to be him. Because when you do him, I promise you, me, gonna be way more than you could have ever expected.
That's real, man. That's so real. So yeah, I appreciate.
Same for men with kids. Yeah. Same with men dealing with women with kids too. Same thing.
Real. I appreciate all my women listeners out there, man. I can say.
I hope I don't offend nobody.
So many women that support me, man. That support.
Shout out to the women. Shout out to the black women especially. And don't take my words and be like, oh, well, what about all women? I don't date all women.
Yeah.
Date black women.
Yeah, man. The black women support that I've gotten for this show, man, is like, it was something like I didn't even expect, and I like I said, man, I appreciate the women out there that show love, all of them they listen, and
shout out to the WAP.
Yeah.
He's also yo. Hey, bro. Hey, we love y'all, man. Let the women be sexy, bro. It's balance, man. Let them be sexy, man. Shout out to the WAP. You got everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to it, man. Shout out to it, man. We need it. If we didn't have it, we wouldn't be here now. So shout out to it, man. Dang.
Straight up, hey.
For real though, man.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Do not shoot the messenger. Just understand. I feel. Listen, bro. I understand. Y'all feel how y'all feel about the song. Whatever. I love me some WAP.
Hey,
Okay,
straight
so
up. Hey.
it is what it is, bro. You know?
Yeah, I got children, it is.
I got kids.
That's all I'm saying, bro. So, yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey, we gonna end it on that note there.
Hey, for
You
sure.
know, shout out to all the ladies out there. Shout out to my
ladies.
wife, man. I appreciate you. I love you, baby. You know, and y'all already know what that is. Shout out to my babies. Shout out to all my brothers, my cousins, all y'all out there taking care of your children. Shout out to my pops, man. My pops,
shout
you
out
know,
pops.
my pops. You know, I can say this, man, and this is for another day. But I'm proud of my pops, man. You know, he ain't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But I can say that we are growing,
Amen,
you know,
man.
in our relationship. And, you know, I feel comfortable enough now to call my dad and just talk with him about life. And that ain't never been something that I've had. You know, just this year, our relationship has went like
That's
something I never
God.
thought, bro. So, yeah, I appreciate you, Pops.
Yeah,
You
shout out
know,
Pops.
I can't wait till that episode when I can get my brother on here. But for all my supporters out there, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my boy JD.
Yes. Hey, before we go, man, like I said, I got a podcast coming out within the next month. Stretch got a podcast.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about current events as well as doing something similar to this, just keeping it real. It'll be just me.
Alright.
And I got a YouTube music review channel coming as well.
Alright.
So I got some things in the works too that I'm gonna talk about when we off air.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, everybody just stay encouraged.
Yeah.
Try to challenge yourself to do something that you've never done before, because that's the only way growth is gonna happen. Stay out, stop being in your bubble, stop being comfortable in your surroundings. Go do something. Go try something different. If you're a basketball player, play football. If you're a football player, play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Just try something different. Get the mind going in a way that it hadn't been going before, and you would never know what you are able to do until you put yourself in that type of situation. So do those things. Learn how to talk to white people. For real, because it's a game, man. You playing the game. Learn how to do that, and everybody be fine. Y'all can find me at Stretch Got It everywhere. JD White on Facebook. If you like what I'm saying, I'm trying to kick the shit every now and then. I don't really do the social media thing like I used to, because I feel like it's fake. Yeah. That's another story for another day. But you know, I do like to keep it light when I'm on there, and I like to make jokes. So yeah, just follow me, Stretch Guy. I'm a pretty nigga. I do pretty nigga shit. So you know, shout out to class 2011, our 10-year anniversary coming up next year, which is crazy. 10-year anniversary coming next year, boy. 10 year. So shout out to everybody in the class 2011 across the United States. Shout out to my mom and dad. Shout out to my 5 sisters and my 3 brothers. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Jonas, of course. You know, you ain't gonna understand this. Shout out to you. And yeah, man, that's really it, man. That's all I got. I got some things on my chest today. Yeah. This is like therapy to me, man. That's real, bro. That's what it's supposed to be. It's funny because some of these same topics I was gonna cover in my first episode, but now I ain't got to do that now. I can just leave people here. Because I mean, like the eligibility and the talk to me nice, those are 2 things that people who have always known, like that they know me for, but I never really spoke about. Yeah. Because I think we get into places where we're so afraid to offend other people that we'll hurt ourselves. And I'm not at that point no more, because how I feel is how I feel. Straight up. How you feel is how you feel. Straight up. As long as you don't disrespect me, you feel how you want. Alright. You know what I'm saying? And if you disrespect me, just understand that I'm not going to deal with you on a certain level no more. I ain't got to fight you, I ain't got to shoot you. Just know that my presence will be gone. Yeah. Straight up. So, I got to be. You know, my piece is more than everything. Shout out to Green Ranger, one of the hardest working videographers I know. Yeah. And yeah, man, everybody just, like I said, stay encouraged, stay strong, stay black. Be yourself. Yeah. Not what they want you to be, but be yourself and continue to achieve and chase greatness, because it's within all of us. We all have that thing that can make us great. We just got to find out what it is. And if that means you got to try a million things before you find that one, do it. Straight up. Just do it, man. Don't be afraid to do it. Just do it. You may be a born musketeer, but you ain't gonna know that until you get on some horses. Yeah. Go get on some horses, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, especially with black people, we are so limited in not resources, but just in experiences. And I'm starting to understand that with just barely being out of Gainesville for real. How I haven't been to California, New York, at Miami. I live in Florida, never been to Miami. How many other people in Gainesville probably feel that same way? So just go do experiences, go live, be courageous, and be courageous with yourself, and always be confident, because it's a lot of things I could take, but not being confident is one.
That's real.
That's all I got.
That's real, man. It's Dad, Can We Talk?